very keen to put in. Alright, well. It's fine. Every now and then I get like a really weird hankering for peanut butter and honey sandwiches. And Patty has like this weird thing for like peanut butter and cheese sandwiches. I don't know what it is. It's like that one thing you used to have as a kid, and every now and then you just get a craving for it. Like beanies and weenies and macaroni, cheese, and hot dogs. Do you guys have any like childhood foods like that? Or you just get a craving for them now and then? Peanut butter and pickle. I've heard of that before. I can see it. I got stuffs for biscuits and gravy. Mmm, that sounds delicious. My mom's mac and cheese with ham. Oh. What kind of ham? Like, was it just like diced cubed ham or not dill, lime pickles or sweet and tart rather than sour? I had a feeling it was sweet pickles because it's like that sweet salty combo. Cubed ham. Mmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see that because like Patty and I get that cubed ham and we usually use it in like fried rice. Like we put it in like vegetables in egg and fried rice. Yeah, I figured that's kind of what the thought was on that, Cecilia. Because it's that whole sweet and salty combo is... You hoop. Go away. For right now, anyways. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's like anything else that was like kind of weird that my mom made me. It's just like I get strange cravings for now and then. And I think that's about it. It's just like beanies and weenies, macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. And then every now and then she would make me like a peanut butter and honey sandwich for yeah, it might have been Red Lotus Prince. Once that like you feel comfortable, you can always give it a try in like a small amount and see how your tummy handles it. Now that you have lost the troublemaker. Wagon. So, yep, you yeeted it. It was voted off the ship. I'm just laughing thinking about that. It was the weakest link, indeed. Boop. I love how much I have to come and like tweak after drawing this stuff. I know this is from a video game, but for some reason every time I hear it, I have like real Captain America Winter Soldier vibes when I hear this song. Just... I don't know. It's all of a sudden imagining like a spy thriller. But yeah, I can't, like, And like I said, I know Patty, like, she has her, like, cravings for peanut butter and cheese sandwiches. I'm always curious, like, what, like, thing you grew up with as a kid, like, that was, like, you know, it's, like, that one, like, cheap-ass comfort food, but you don't care. It's amazing. You just do it. And some of it I know is, like, regional, but sometimes I wonder how much of it it's, like, from, like, maybe a culture that was passed down through the family, too. Little Smokies! Aw. I used to have those, but, like, turkey ones. We'd get turkey ones, and we'd wrap them up in, like, you know, like a Grand's biscuit dough. Like, you know, you get in the tube and you whack it, and you try not to be scared of it, even though you know it's coming. It explodes on the counter. And we make, like, little, succotash. Aw. Feel like a giant. Aw. Or by roads. Frozen biscuits to avoid the scary noise. Nice. Nice. Good job. But yeah, we used to wrap those up and make, like, little, what do they call it? Like, the little doggies, like pigs in a blanket, but it was like turkey instead of pig, because at that time I couldn't have ham, so I hadn't acclimated to it yet. So, like, they'd be like little turkeys in a blanket. So the bar restaurant I used to have called Kid Power Punches. When I was little, they were peanut butter and honey sandwiches with a small serving of chips and a piece of fruit. Aww. Irrational fear can't. True. True that. I have, like, this thing. I don't know what it is. Like, me and big, like, loud, explosive noises don't go together very well. Like, I don't understand. I have this, like, weird fear of balloons popping in my face. And I do mean, like, an actual freaking phobia. At my work, the orthodontic place, when we took out people's braces, we'd blow up balloons for them. And I'd always, like, beg people, I'm like, please, can you go blow up the balloons with the helium machine? Because, I mean, there were some days that I just had to do it, because I did a lot of, like, D-bands on no doctor days, so I'd be all by myself, but, like, watching AJ is hard because of, yeah. I would make scones out of Bisquick. The glaze. Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. I like that idea. Considering how expensive food is now. Yeah. That would be a neat way to... Yeah. See? Red Lotus Prince is like, yes. I can't remember what it was, but, like, we had some mixes during the pandemic in our cupboard that I think we ended up using. We sort of did a makeshift pizza with them, and I'm trying to, I want to say it was like a biscuit mix. Jiffy and Bisquick are total bosses in the pantry. They are. I want to say it was like a seasoned, like an Italian biscuit mix. Like an Italian seasoning, and I can't remember, like, just like it was in a big packet, and we found a couple of them in the clearance section, and we ended up mixing them up and turning them things we do. We get creative. But it was supposed to be like a drop style biscuit. Go for the bulk section mixes, yes. But yeah, I agree. Jiffy and Bisquick are total bosses in the pantry. But I love that idea, gay idea. That's amazing. I wish I could remember what the name of the mix was. Because it was... I know it was like a name brand. Like a big name brand. It might have been a Bisquick. Like a Bisquick, but it was... I know it was an Italian seasoning. Hang on. I can't find it. Maybe they don't even make it anymore, and that's why it was on clearance. But it was definitely a Bisquick drop biscuit, but we just seasoned it with like Italians. Like we seasoned it up really well. Strongly, I will dump a pack of hot chocolate to freshly popped popcorn. Oh, that sounds good. It sounds like a nice like kettle corn sort of situation. But yeah, I want to say it was a Bisquick. It was like a Bisquick buttermilk mix. Or either we added the seasonings or they already came that way and we turned it into pizza dough. We like altered it just a little bit. I think we added like a little more liquid and some oil to it to help it not stick to the thing. And I think I got like a piece of saran wrap and I rolled it out with like a rolling pin and got it like stretched out over the pizza stone. It worked really well. People got so creative during the pandemic. It was awesome. Saw all sorts of crazy things going down. But I like the idea of like you turning it into a scone mix as well. That seems cool. Yeah, it was kind of like a focaccia bread. Focaccia. It was very much like that, but you know, once it baked for a little bit, we put toppings and stuff on it and turned it into a pizza. Which is sort of, you know, the concept of pizza is it's, you know, toppings on a flat bread. So, I mean, yeah. Kind of reminds me of, there's this Fakaka? Fakaka? Wow. In my defense, I said focaccia when I was like 6 or 7 because I'd never seen the word and I'd never pronounced it before, but I mean, I know it's pronounced focaccia now, not fakaka. There's this cute little like cooking show I like to watch called Ancient Recipes with Sola. And one of the very first episodes she ever did was Spartan Pizza, which was a flatbread with toppings that they cooked on their shields. And it was actually really neat. Her going through that recipe, she made the dough for herself. She used beer yeast. And she put figs and like, I think a goat cheese on it. And she made like a special glaze. It looked so good. I was like, oh. I'd eat the shit out of that. So, but she's a cute little bean, Sola. She has an obsession with the word poof. And her editors love writing her about it, and they have a poof counter of how many times she says the word poof. Poof, poof, poof. And she did mochi on one of her ancient recipes, which I was really excited to see. I was like, oh, this is gonna go great. Because people don't realize how much work goes into making traditional mochi. And she had to have one of her, like, people... mochi, I know. She had to have one of her tech crew come out and help her. I think they were, like, holding the boom mic or something like that. And his name is GIF. And she had to have him come in and tap her out to continue smashing the rice into the flour to make the flour for it. So now there's like this whole thing on the whole series about GIF smash. And he broke her bowl. She was using a wooden bowl with like a big mortar mallet. It was like a big Spanish mortar mallet. And she was using that to smack him. He broke her bowl. It's so funny. But yeah, so now there's like GIF smash. It just happens randomly in some of the episodes. It's like, oh, the throwbacks. Oh my god. Yeah.
Bad girl.
A lot of traditional arts in Japan are dying out because Japan is having the same problem that a lot of the world is, where the next generations aren't wanting to have children. And so a lot of stuff so in Japan there's very specific families that do things, and if those specific families don't have children, the knowledge is not getting passed down to the next generation. Like there's a very specific type of dyeing in Japan also that's like almost, I think there's like one family that left that does it, where it's a very, very special blue dye that goes on white fabric. I can't remember the name of it, and that's almost gone. Yep. Yeah, so that's the problem, is that you always had, traditionally in Japan, only very specific families did it. And, you know, so you had these families with thousands of years of knowledge in making these items, and now they don't want to have any children, and the knowledge just isn't getting passed down. Kind of the same thing with kimonos. There aren't a lot of traditional kimono makers anymore, because that's usually all hand-painted silk. So now a lot of it's just factory made. I hate to put it that way, but it's like, you know, just printed and punched out. So like, you know, and a lot of times the Japanese are like, please buy our kimono, because no one else is. No one wants to wear them here, and the art's just completely dying out. But yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's only one family left doing traditional parchment, and yeah, they're just, you know, their birth rates are declining exponentially. Just massively. Because, you know, they're too busy. And, you know, over in Japan, too, would you like a wife? I would love a wife. Yeah, the embroiderers, too. Yeah, a lot of their traditional stuff is just dying. In Japan, too, I hate to put it this way, but when it comes to women, as soon as you want to have children, you have to put aside your career. You're not allowed to have a career and have children as a woman in Japan. You have to become a stay-at-home mom. That's just... They just don't have... They're kind of backwards like they're very like forward in some areas, they're kind of backward in some others, and you know, as soon as I think for them, like as soon as a woman like hits her 20s, she's like an old hag too. It's like, thanks, so I can have a career for like what, 6 years, and then what? So the streams I love watching. He's around Canadian, Japan. He carves traditional woodblock printing plates. That's amazing that he does that, though. Well, that's what I said. By the time they hit their 20s, they're considered an old hag. They're considered their prime when they're like 14. It's so gross. It kind of made me throw up a little in my mouth when I said that. Hang on. Oh. Ew. Hang on. Let me finish doing this. Otherwise, I can't break away. But yeah, I would love a wife. But yeah, a lot of the traditional arts are dying out, and the Japanese are like trying to get gaijin and like excited and involved about it, because maybe the gaijin can help it survive. No, like women don't get very far in the career world in Japan. They just don't. It's just how they see it. Let me check on input. Blue snowball. Okay.
Hey, I forgot to change mine too.
You forgot to change yours too. Nice. There's a wife, everyone. But yeah, not like in a lot of like the like like we would consider the business setting of like the Japanese workforce, women are just not allowed to progress very far. It's weird if they want to focus on their career. It's really weird. The Japanese are like, what's wrong with you? Japan is still on my bucket list. Coworkers there right now, but aside from wanting to get my feudal Japan geek on, I'm 6'6". You want to be a giant? You would be a giant, Raj. You would absolutely be. You would be a giant there, for sure. Yeah, I love like the Japanese. Like I like their Godzilla it is. Yes, just sit there. I love their culture. The Shinto religion is actually kind of fascinating. I love their architecture, their history. But, you know, nobody's perfect. It's not possible. Gojira! I think that they have some very beautiful things that they do, but there's also, you know, there's give and take. There's pros and cons. And I'd absolutely love to visit Japan someday. Stop surrounded rampages. You'll have to like see if you could do some sort of forced perspective picture if you're over there, Raj, where you're like smashing things. You'd be Raj smash. Gesundheit, Patty. I roomed with a Japanese student in college who was forced to go home and marry to appease her father before he died. Yep. That's how it goes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, since I took Japanese in college, I got to meet a few of the how do I put it? Like they were over here, like the youngins over here teaching English, where they come for like a year and then they have to go back home and go get married. It's like, bye.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They were the assistants to my teacher. because usually there were two teachers that taught Japanese. Yeah, they weren't exactly, I wouldn't call them foreign exchange, but they are part of, you know how there's like international programs where people can go over, like, I know that there's some here in America where you can go to Japan and you can teach English. Well, there's the reverse over for them where you can come here to America and you can teach Japanese to stupid gaijin. So they were over here from Japan. They were teaching Japanese to the English kids in Colorado. I mean, we did also have foreign exchange students, but no, these were, you know, they can do this for like a year or two, and then they have to go home and go get married. Because otherwise they're weird if they don't. But yeah, there were two Japanese teachers at my school when I was there, and each of them had like 2 assistants that were helping teach everybody. And it's so funny. They don't know a lot of English, so a lot of times you had to speak to them in Japanese. So I remember having a conversation with one of them about she really liked my handwriting. She thought it's kirei, it's pretty. Took my brother to Japan first time, and he's over 6 foot. Yes, it would be very difficult to lose track of someone who's 6 feet and over in Japan.
So what I'm hearing is we need to find somebody that's 6 foot and just let them lead us around.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. Do you remember when we used to read the stories about that person, the guy who used to teach English?
Yes.
The black guy. How tall was he? Like 6'3", 6'4" or something?
I think he was 6'3".
6'3", black guy teaching English in Japan, and he used to he would post like a blog of like the craziest stories of shit that used to happen to him. Like the kids always trying to control him.
Yeah, he wasn't real about
No, he was like, what is up with Japanese boys and trying to stick their thumbs up my butt? I remember that guy, Cynthia. We used to love reading his blog. Yeah, Raj loses track of me all the time. How does Lady Raj lose track of you? You're 6'6".
Yeah, that seems wrong.
Is she really short like me, Raj?
See, that being said, I have to chase Steph down all the time.
Yes,
I
you
lose
do.
track of
You
her because
lose.
She moves very quickly.
I'm a speedy little shit.
Every
I don't know.
little shit I've been friends with. Remember, a lot of my friends are really short. It's like, I need to put a fucking leash on you people. What the hell?
Yeah, a bell or something. Do you need a bell? Clip. Yeah, you should get a balloon for her. So you can find her. I don't know how she loses you. It cracks me up. And they would keep trying to see if the rumors of... Yes. They wanted to know. They kept trying to grope him, and he's like, leave me alone.
Well, they wanted to know if the rumors were true about...
Yeah, yes, they wanted to know.
Nothing like underage boys trying to grope their adult teacher. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's like... And he's just like, no, stop it! I've worn a bell and not had it go off while Wow, Helheim. Dang. You must have been walking very softly.
In carrying a big stick?
No. I mean, she can carry a big stick, but I don't think that has anything to do with her bell not working. Grabbed everyone's boost. Oh my god! See? The Japanese! I swear!